Welcome in, everybody. It's Cookie. It's Kick Back with Cookie. I am back again this week with another special guest. My guest this week is DJ Casper. DJ Casper is very well known in this area. He's known for doing a lot of the Miami takeovers in Miami that they have every year in July. Just in case y'all are interested in going, he's probably going to be back there again in July this year. But so DJ Casper is my brother from another mother, calls me his sister from another mister. So we're going to bring him up on the stage and get started. Brother,
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm good. Hold on.
All right. You looking good? Hey, go ahead, Miss Cookie.
Thank you. Let me fix this microphone. I forgot that I had it on. All right. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All
Not
right.
as loud as I did at first, but you good to go.
Really?
Yeah, you good now. You good now. There you
Oh, okay. All right, so welcome to my show. I've been wanting to get you on here for a long time because you know you are still my favorite DJ, and I don't care what anybody says watching this show. You are my favorite DJ, like literally my favorite DJ, and I'm not being biased because you're my brother. So,
appreciate that.
all right, so tell everyone who you are and where you're from first.
DJ Casper, Petersburg, Virginia. It's not a lot to talk about when it comes to that, but just get around and get around.
Okay. What's up, Crank Lucas is watching from Instagram, and it's a few people on here, and I don't know who. I can see who's on Instagram. I have to switch between pages to see.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd bring you on here and just kind of dig into who DJ Casper is. So I'm going to start out with asking you, what made you what was your inspiration to love music? Like, when did you start loving music the way that you do?
I mean, you just grow up in a household, your mom playing rock and roll or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So of course that's the first inspiration. And I had a 45 called Disco Duck. I loved that to death. I went crazy off of that. All of this had to been like 1978, give or take, something like that, 77, 78. So, that back in those days, 45s is just a regular means of listening to music. So I mean that from there, you know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. I mean, pretty much just, and then everything else just evolved. Had a friend named Tony, so I got the soul music experience and pop music and stuff, the Michael Jacksons, the Prince, and everything from his side of the family. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my brother from way back in the '70s. So that's where everything just meshes together.
Okay, so how old were you when you decided that you wanted to be a DJ?
Well, first of all, I became a DJ because I lied. That's the easiest
What?
part. So I don't know what the age was. I can't even pinpoint a year exactly. But I know one of my homeboys named Homie. That was his nickname. He had a brother that went on vacation. You know what I'm saying? And had turntables in the house and everything. And he was like, "Yo, come out. Who know how to DJ?" And I was like, "I do." And I just lied. I never DJ before. I seen it, but I never knew how to DJ. So I got up there, my little goof ass. I'm sorry for cussing, but my
You can
goofy
cuss
tail
on my
went up there.
show.
Yeah, I know, right? This is your show. Forget damn see, we ain't thinking about that. But my goofy ass up there. I remember it was UTFO Roxanne, and I'm just sitting up there just going crazy, all being goofy with it, and they kicked me off the turntables like in 28 seconds. I can't even count how fast that was. And that was it. And I just knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I was hooked from that day. So Roxanne came out in 84, so it had to been like 84, 85, give or take. I was like 11 or 12, give or take.
Okay, so when did you first get your first DJ equipment? Were you that age when you got your equipment?
Nah, I would probably say maybe around 87.
Okay.
Well, here's another funny part. So probably around 85, 86, I had a component set that had the turntable on top,
Mm.
had the cassette deck at the bottom, and it had separate speakers. You know what I'm saying? And we all grew up with the small, like Sanyo uh, stereo systems that had the FM radio, the double cassette deck, the turntable on top. So
Mm.
I remember having Just Ice Back to the Old School album, which was 86. So it probably was around 86, maybe 87. And I sat up there and I finagled a way of taking the the switch that goes from tape to phono. Phono was at the top of tape. So if you put it halfway in the middle, balance line, which goes up and down from left to right, when you go up, it's the turntable. When you go down, it's the tape. And that's how I started scratching. And that was before I had turntables. I had probably already played with turntables at that time. But, at the same time, that's pretty much how I got started. And then all of a sudden, it's just getting little Kenwood turntables, straight arms, the belt drives, and just learning how to manipulate them so that learn how to scratch and mix and stuff like that on them. Ones that don't even have pitch control. For those that don't know, pitch control, it's they're able to speed the record up and down and match the other record. So and you had to do what you had to do, and I think that's what makes a DJ great is learning how to DJ with shabby equipment that isn't made for DJing. So, and that's what made us good.
Yeah, because I didn't understand none of that. Did you just?
Right, there you go. It
I
takes
ain't
DJs to
gonna lie
understand
to you.
DJ Japanese.
I ain't understand none of that, but it's
Yeah.
okay. That's DJ talk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I got DJ equipment now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Oh,
catch
okay.
up.
Get busy.
I got a controller. I got a mic mixer, and all of that stuff. I'm gonna learn though, and I have virtual DJ, so I've just been using that until I get
There you go.
acquainted to what I have. I haven't used it yet, but I'm trying to be like you, big bro. I'm trying to be like you.
Hey, look. You said, want to be like me when you grow up? Because you are
So,
about 24, 25. I will say that.
yeah.
Yeah. We're just going to leave it at that.
Um. So okay. So you went from that to when did you like decide? Okay, I don't need to work a job. This is my full time job. When did that happen? When did you go professional?
Well, professional probably started in 93. Um, you work odd jobs to fill in and stuff like that because, it was no Monday through Sunday gigs back then, you know what I'm saying? But, now it's like, I haven't had a jobby job in probably like 14 years. But, you have ebbs and flows, up and downs in the DJ world. Sometimes it loves you, sometimes it doesn't. And
Hmm.
and those makeup times, you have to really, learn how to make it up fast because your bills get behind. Trust me, it kicks your tail. But once you're on top, you gotta just learn how to save money and stay there. And I would like to be able to say I take my own advice, but I don't.
He said, "I don't."
I don't.
All right.
Just went through my ebbs and flows. I don't know which one is the good or the bad, but I went through whichever one's the opposite of the good. That's the one I just went through. So I'm coming back now. I'm coming back now.
Okay. So how do you determine what kind of music to play when you're DJing at an event? Like, how do you determine which songs to play?
Well, the biggest thing you could do is know your crowd for one. Know who's hiring you. So
Hmm.
around here, it's gonna be go-go. It's gonna be some old school. It's gonna be the line dances. It's gonna be maybe just a little bit of the newer Glorillaz and stuff like that. Just the and the Lottos and everything. You might have to squeeze
It's
that
good
in
with
just a
Bo
little
Rip.
bit here and there towards the end. But other than that, you kind of like know where to go. Your party anthems, your old school stuff like that. You just got to know who's hiring you, and you got to understand your client knows who they're hiring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, because I wouldn't take a gig that I'm not comfortable with. Put it that way. I would not take a gig I'm not comfortable with. If I know that, this ain't my forte, I'm not gonna do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. So where is your favorite place to DJ? Like, what is there a particular venue? Do you like doing parties, private parties, or weddings, or anywhere online? Or what's your favorite place? Where is your favorite place to DJ?
Well, right now, financially, weddings are it. Because people hire me because of the club aspect. I'm not going to be the DJ sitting up there. Yes, and the next and we have Michelle Blackwell coming through, and I'm not going to be that. I'm gonna be like, yo, Michelle is in the building. Let's go. And that's what they want. They want a club appeal, even in their wedding. As unprofessional as it sounds, I do get dressed. I do get spiffy. I get nice. No tuxedo or anything, but got some nice polo gear that gets me by. But the weddings is where the money's at right now. On the private parties, mostly Mason events, a lot of smokers events. Not smoking like your la like y'all do, but cigars and stuff like that. And that's not a base on anybody that smokes trees. That's your thing. That's your thing. But and then every once in a while, I like Shark Bar in Waldorf is good. They take care of me down there.
Mhm.
And it's an easy gig because I'm always with a band, so I get my little breaks, and I know how to navigate to push records in time for when the band comes on. I'm not crushing them; they're not crushing me. So I work together with the bands, and that's pretty much my favorite things and stuff like that. I don't really do too much of the new club music
Mhm.
because I'm 52 now. On next Wednesday, I'll be 52. So me being in a club with a bunch of 20 somethings is looking kind of perverted. Put it
You
that way,
sound
but yeah,
perverted. Well,
I'm sitting up
happy
there
early
looking at
birthday.
my daughter's age and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good yet. I'm good.
Shout out to Trey Wilson and Tamara Cunningham,
Big
party
up, big up,
starters, and Tony Blunt. Give him
big
what
up,
you
big
want,
up.
Tony Blunt.
Tony Blunt, I got some of your records here too from DJ Black from back in the days. I got Tony Blunt records on wax here.
Well, you got everything on
Yeah.
wax. All right, so tell us about how you feel the internet has changed the game for DJs.
It's made it a lot better as far as like being able to promote and cross promote. I know some DJs have a problem with oh, I'm not posting the flyer, they don't pay me to promote. No, man, it makes you look busy. Just post the flyer.
Right.
It's not about you getting hired to help promote. Sometimes people want to see, oh, is this DJ working? So, if they looking at the flyer and looking at my Instagram and they see flyers after flyers, they're like, wow, this DJ gets all the business. We gotta hire him. There's a reason why he's charging this much money. So, it helps me and it helps the promoter, it helps, the crowd get centralized knowing where to come to and stuff like that. As far as like DJing on Twitch is the greatest thing that's happened since the pandemic. That's
Mhm.
for sure because that's where we had to go to. You remember those days in the old studio, we was broadcasting live on Twitch and Facebook and places like that. So we had to keep ourselves busy as much as possible. And
Yeah.
during the pandemic, and then but DJing on Twitch is a good relief because I'm able to play music I normally don't get to play and stuff like a lot of old school disco and house music and old school 80s and 90s hip hop that not necessarily in nobody's playlist when it comes to a party, you know what I'm saying? So I'm able to get my shit off, put it that way. That's the
Okay.
easiest way to put it. I on the weekends I DJ for all the clients that expect something of me, but when you come to Twitch, I expect something of myself, you know what I'm saying? And I'm able to get my shit off. Is the easiest way to put it.
Okay. So do you have a favorite genre of music to play?
I wouldn't say a favorite. Right now, like a lot of underground, old school, like 70s disco, late 60s and throughout the mid 70s disco is like one of my favorites. It's like a lot of underground stuff. disco records you never heard before. And,
Okay.
it's not your Donna Summers, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it might be artists that you never heard of before, or maybe artists. I can't think of nothing off the top of my head, but but stuff like that is probably like one of my favorites. That's my feel good music for right now.
Okay.
Stuff other than '90s hip hop, underground, real underground '90s hip hop. You heard some of that last night when you came on for a few minutes. You know, it's not necessarily nothing anybody knows outside of what the DJs know because we used to make the mixtapes back in the '90s. So you got to really be in your hip hop to know most of the stuff.
Okay. Do you have a least favorite genre?
I wouldn't call it least favorite, but I wouldn't know anything about country. I wouldn't know anything about
What?
that. That might be every DJ. Every DJ might say that for the most part. Um, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know a lot of it. Believe it or not, right here to my right, your left, or however your camera is situated. One, two, three, four. I probably got like four full crates of like 45s, so like old jukebox 45s of country
Mm.
music. Never heard of them a day in my life, and I went through them all and found a couple gems in there, and others, rest of everything else. I was like, yeah, this is definitely from Honky Tonk Bar somewhere in Tennessee. That's for sure. But I don't know none of this stuff. But I wouldn't call it a least favorite. I just not well versed in it. Put it that way.
I like country music myself. Not all of it, but I like a lot of the country music. It's because it's like a how you have white people Wednesdays.
Yeah, yeah. And
it's like
that's where
it's
I
like
could play some Kenny Rogers or something like that. Know where to fold them, know where to hold them. But
yeah, it's just like the white people version
yeah,
of blues. When they sing the blues, it's the same thing. It's a different melody and they play different instruments, but it's the same thing to me.
yeah.
I don't know. I like country.
That's why Jamaicans love country music. A lot of old school dance hall and roots reggae and stuff is covers of country songs and stuff like that. So yep, they Jamaicans love country music. It's
Uh,
wild to think about it, but yeah, it's the truth though.
Big up. It's some Jamaicans watching this show. This show that I have international viewers. So big up yourself, Mr. Authentic from Jamaica. He says he
There you
loves
go.
country
Yep, love
music.
country music.
All right. So yes, big up Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Love, love, love Jamaica. So I stay over there. Everybody that knows me knows I'll be over there all the time. So
Yeah, that's what's up. I gotta make it out there when you're out there too. Monty.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about that. That might happen soon because it's something big going on in a couple months.
That's what's.
Um so what was like the biggest event that you've ever DJ'd?
I would probably say 2022. I was in Dominican Republic and basically I DJ'd on the same bill as Rick Ross and Young Jeezy. That was an odd couple. If you ever know, they beefed, for a while, and then opened up for SWV, Babyface. Um, Good grief, that's a good question. BBD was on that show. I know Babyface was the biggest act on that show. I can't think. Oh, Anthony Hamilton was on there, so that had to been like one of the biggest and best. Uh, if I just gotta put a finger on something, I would say it's that. So and big up to Charlotte from Power to Excel. She just passed away also about a week
Oh,
ago. So that was
sorry.
one of the ladies in charge of my room and board, my flight and everything. We stayed at the Hyatt Ziva down in
Oh yeah, that's
Dominican
expensive.
Republic. Punta Cana is where we was at. So
I know the
that might be.
brand. I'm a travel agent. I know the brand.
Yeah, yeah. Hyatt Ziva and Zalara. They're real good. I stayed there in Montego Bay also. So they're
Oh, okay.
real nice.
All right. So without being too detailed and blowing up anybody's spot, tell me the smallest and maybe the worst experience you had as a DJ at an event, like DJing an event or party or whatever?
Wow, I would probably say maybe blowing speakers. Because you think about it, you got blowing speakers. What are you gonna do for the rest of the night? Everybody leaves. I remember, I remember DJing at an event, and I had a speaker, and my highs went out. And for anybody who knows anything about highs, those are your trouble. That's what gives you a you know what I'm saying, more than the words. Words is like your mids. But but everything you hear from your cymbals and all the crashes and the hi-hats and stuff, that's your highs. That
Okay.
went out. And I heard a girl in the audience say, "Not again." And I was sitting there like, that wasn't me last week. I had no idea.
He said that
So
wasn't me.
apparently the DJ from the week before had blown speakers, and they looked at me like I blew my speakers again, and I was like, that wasn't me, that wasn't me. So that might have been one of the worst experiences. That and back in the records days, of course, you know, you only got two needles because you don't carry backups. You ain't got money like that to have backups, so
Mm.
you might break one needle, and now for the rest of the night you're stuck with a microphone and you're trading off records. You know, you're talking in between putting the next record on. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but you just got to make sure you play nothing but hits, no breakdowns, no nothing. It's hits, hits, hits. Everything that makes the crowd forget that you're stopping the music to play the next record. So it's DJ and has its challenge, but blowing speakers is the worst. I would say that.
Okay. All right. So shout out to KC from Junkyard in the comments on
Big up, big
Facebook.
up.
Um,
We'll see
thank you.
Junkyard in Miami take over.
Are they playing there again?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
I think they haven't been back since
you
like
never
2022
know.
or something like that. But yeah.
Somebody ain't tell me that. Somebody ain't tell me that.
Nope, we got
But
the world famous J.Y.B. They'll be in the building.
all right, thank you for coming through, Casey. Love you lots. Bless up to my brother from another mother, also Chief. You know, Chief played with the Huckabucks, the drummer
My
for the
man.
Huckabucks. He's also a super producer. He's also God. He has many hats. They call him seven hats, but I think he has more like 17. He does all kinds of stuff, graphics, all kinds of stuff. Like he's one of those geniuses that people just don't realize he's a genius.
Yeah.
Bless up yourself, bro. So, all right. So, I want to know funniest one of the funniest moments you had at an event. And it's probably I'm going to guess that it was a Miami takeover, but I
Oh
could be
God, I
wrong.
don't want to talk about Miami takeover.
Oh
That's
my
where you
god.
might get shut down by the FCC. Nah, but DJ Wise in Miami takeover.
DJ
I got a
who?
story. You ready for it? I mean, it's no climatic story or anything. No, no, because everything else is like sexual and stuff. But anyway, but DJ Wise, I remember uh my daughter's favorite movie growing up was a movie called Bring It On. And she loved this little part where the guy was like spirit fingers. And he would make everybody do like this. And he was like, that's not spirit fingers, this is spirit fingers. And I actually made the whole crowd do that. And that became something. And Miami Takeover, I don't know what year it was. I know SNS was with us that year. Black Alley was with us that year. I don't remember who else was on the bill, but it had to be. We was in the Miami Convention Center, so that had to been like 2016, 17, something like that. But yeah, we was in Miami, and I made everybody do the spirit fingers, and I kept on saying, "That's not spirit fingers. This is spirit fingers." And we got videos, we got pictures of it. It's legendary. It's pretty legendary. Other than that, what happens in Miami never happened.
I think,
And I
well,
got that from Black Woodson too. Big up Black Woodson.
big up Black Wilson, big up Lit Band, Gabby
Yep.
Mo, all of them.
Live in trouble.
Um,
Don't blow trouble
shout out.
speakers.
to Mud Baby AJ, the original dancing, and the News Network. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. I appreciate it, and
Big up.
everybody on Facebook that isn't commenting.
Yeah, the lurkers. We love the lurkers. Lurkers are people too, guys.
All right, all right. So, what are your gigs that are coming? Your big gigs or any gigs that people are invited to that are coming up?
But next week is my birthday week. So starting on Wednesday, it's a spot called Everyday People. It's the old Lounge of Three on U Street.
Mhm.
Um, so I got that on Wednesday, and that'll be from 6 to 10. I just got the flyers for it too. I'm gonna send that over to you, Kim.
Okay.
But yeah, I got that, and that's it's a pretty much of a kickback, and it's a real nice spot. I wouldn't call it. It's a lounge. Put it that way. It's a nice lounge. You got upstairs, downstairs, and great crowd. Is nice. It's not the U Street that you see on TikTok every week with the kids fighting and shooting each other and stuff like that. This is a grown crowd. Everybody in
Oh,
there pretty much got gray on their face. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah. So I mean, it's not like we some old funny duddies or nothing like that. We just we just 40s and 50s that love to still have fun. And that's Wednesday. And then Thursday I got karaoke I do every Thursday at Sea Crab or Out of Town right next to Fast Daddy's. So I do that every Thursday from 6 to 10 also, and that'll be like a birthday one. And then I got Shark Bar that Saturday night with Obsession Band. And then on Sunday would be my birthday again. It's like the part three of my birthday with Big Butchie. Big up Butch. He is promoting a night party because nobody works on Monday. It's Memorial Day. But it's called the No Work Monday party with Pure Elegance and Faces You Know.
Okay.
So yeah, we got those two bands rocking out on that Sunday. So that's the next biggest thing is I got coming up besides Miami Takeover in July 25th through the 28th. Shameless plug. The MiamiTakeover.com.
Damn it.
You'll be there.
No, I won't.
Oh, that's right. You said you'll be in Jamaica.
Yeah. Why? Who else is coming? What I should be
You
there
could
for?
walk from Jamaica.
He said I gonna walk from Jamaica.
Right.
God
Jamaica's
damn.
hop, skip, and jump away. You know what I'm saying? You can walk there.
I can't walk from no Jamaica. Nah. If I was going to the Bahamas, I would say yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, you was
Mm,
about to ask who else is on Miami Takeover?
yeah.
Black Passion Band. Normally we have Backyard every year, but I think we just wanted to switch it up. And then big up Curtis Lee in the building.
That's
And,
KC. He
oh,
said that's
KC.
Southeast Sunday party.
Yeah, Southeast Sunday party word. Yep. So I'll be at Shark Bar at 8 o'clock, 8 to 12 on Sunday night.
Oh
Um,
my God.
so we got, of course, Junkyard Band. We got Black Passion. Da, 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 da. I can't. Oh my God, I'm about to get cussed out. I can't remember if it's another band, but I know it's me and DJ Remy. Um, Everybody knows Remy around here. He's the funniest DJ on planet Earth. I don't know what's up with him. He's retarded just like me. So I don't know if we can say the R word, but this is your show. But yeah,
Yeah, you can.
we are wow, man. Me and that dude get together, even though we're like 20 years apart in age. Wild childs, It's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
I be getting
DJ Chopper be there too. But
I
yeah,
be getting banned from my live all the time for saying the R word. So you can say it on here. We mean no harm.
yeah, no harm. But yeah, I mean, and it's a couple more people, what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I apologize, charging my head, not my heart. If I forgot, who else is on there right now.
All right. So I don't know. I ain't like get any of these questions from off the internet or anything. I just asked because I wanted to know all of
Mhm.
these questions. But um where did you learn It's one thing to be a DJ and a good DJ, but I've never heard a DJ like be so specific. Okay, let me tell the real truth. So sometimes when I have audio problems, I call him
Oh
because he knows
yeah.
that he. So where did you learn how to do all of that stuff? Like,
You have growing up, you have to build your own equipment. There wasn't no walking into Chuck Levins or anything like that. It wasn't in no guitar centers, no Sam Ash back then. You might have had Radio Shack, but other than that, you had to build your own equipment. So that's where my expertise came in, as far as like being able to build speakers and mix matching turntables and having mix match needles, and sometimes you even have mix match records. You might have the album version on this record and the 12-inch single on this one. One's louder than the other, but it's all part of a learning experience. And also that ties back into what you're asking about. It's like just being able to build speakers, being able to put together stuff that don't normally go together. And if you got a broke down wire, you don't go buy a new wire like we do nowadays. We'll take the broken wire, throw it in trash, and go buy another one. We got the money for it now and the resources. Back then, you had to take two wires and cut them with your teeth and splice them together and make sure you match up the red and the white and everything. And and before we could know what electrical tape was, we had to sit up there and use regular tape. You know what I'm saying? We had used Scotch tape sometimes. We had to make it happen. That's basically what it is. You had to do the best with what you had,
yeah,
and
I know that's
that's
right.
how later on in life it's like now learning how to do stuff like this. Where like today, I've never used StreamYard. You was like, don't worry about it. I got this. And I guarantee you some of that knowledge came from when I was teaching you about OBS. OBS and StreamYard is the same thing. So you
Yeah,
remember me teaching you about OBS? I had you download it when we was in.
and I have it. I have it on this laptop. This is
Yep.
a brand new laptop, but I have it on here too.
Yep.
And it's just I don't know. I think you have to. It's to me, and not saying it is for anybody else. You guys know all of that technical stuff. I like to just click what I see it's supposed to do, and StreamYard does everything for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. StreamYard is very user friendly. So yeah,
Right.
it's real nice. I've
But
never used it before, but I know other DJs that do, and they like it because it's an easier platform.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it, but it was funny though. You was like, I don't know how to use Zoom. Like it's not on Zoom.
Ross
You was like,
Enterprise in the building.
but I don't have. That's Ray. You know Ray now.
Oh yeah. I'm just seeing the names of companies.
Yep. So yeah, that it's just it's StreamYard is pretty easy. That look, bro said I don't have StreamYard. I'm like, you don't need StreamYard.
Yeah, I thought you
You
wanted
just
me to
gotta
download
click
it,
on the link.
because I remember I was like, yo, I mean, I got Zoom, but I haven't used it in years. But you was like, nah, get on StreamYard. So I just hooked up my iPad, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. It's real good.
So all right. So if you were to give um a person that wanted to become a DJ, like maybe me or something, or anybody that's trying to become a DJ, or that's an up and coming DJ, some advice. What advice would you give them?
Don't do it, because if I could talk you out of it, you weren't meant to be a DJ. Don't do it.
Oh my gosh. She said
That's
don't
that's
do
number
it.
one. That's number one. If anybody could talk you out of it, you weren't meant to do it. The best advice I give you is build your crowd. Let your crowd come to you. Because Justin, even at my son Justin asked me one time, he doesn't care about music, he doesn't care about DJing. He's a YouTuber, he's on Roblox, and he does his thing. I just leave him be. Um, but he did ask me one day, he was like, Dad, if I was to, become a DJ, how would I do this and how would I do that? I said, build your own crowd is the easiest thing to do. Because when you get hired to DJ for a crowd that expects something of their DJ, then you're just playing for them. You're not playing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, do what you love to do, play the music you like to play, mix it up the way you like to mix it up, and then let your crowd come to you so that when they come to your events, they're having a good time off of you taking them through your experience, through your musical journey, as opposed to you getting hired by, you know, a person and you know, and they're like, how come you ain't playing I don't know where them fans at right now? And you're like, I've already played where your fans at 14 times. You wanted 15? Yeah, we wanted it 15 times. All right, cool. Here you go again.
Here you go again. I can imagine. I don't
That's the
know.
easiest thing to do. Build your crowd and let your crowd come to you.
Yeah, or just DJ on Twitch, right?
Or yeah, I mean, it can be money on Twitch. There are DJs that make a good amount of money off of Twitch. There are some that make a living off of Twitch. Let me put it that way. That I don't have the answer for, because you know, as good as I am, I'm still right here. There's other DJs that don't do half of what I do, and they're up there. You know, and I'm like, how? I don't know. I got tired of questioning it, but you know, at the same time, it is what it is. As long as I'm able to get my shit off, that's all I ask. Hold on, my phone would be ringing. But
All
yeah,
right.
that's the best advice I got.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to share one of the funny stories that ain't about DJing it from Miami Takeover?
Not that type of funny.
Oh my God.
I ain't got no baby oil stories, no Diddy stories, nothing like that. All right.
I don't mean that kind of funny,
Oh, okay.
man.
All right, cool. I thought you was trying to ask me. You know, Diddy's on trial right now, and it's a hot thing out here. I thought you was trying to go viral or something. What's going on here? Nah, but no, I mean, you know, other than, you know, it's a lot of drinking. I thank God I stopped drinking when I did, but because this year is I'm gonna be a very sober DJ Casper. Yeah,
Bless up yourself, Bevan from Jamaica.
might drink a Heineken or two here and there, but you know, and I know Wally K has a policy of no beers in his parties, but you know, hey Wally, I gotta take a chill pill on this one. But I mean, other than that, a lot of drunk stories and stuff like that, oversleeping. Um, every bad thing, every funny bad thing that ever happened had alcohol behind it. And every good thing that ever happened had alcohol behind it. So I don't know where the balance is in this, but yeah.
You know the one time that I did go to the Miami Takeover. I think I saw you like one time. You were DJing when I saw you, and
Mm-hmm.
we were supposed to meet up or something. And you
Who
just,
knows?
I think you were hungover or something because you never came out to the beach.
That sounds like me.
Never came
Hey,
outside.
look, I'm the only person that goes to Miami and will sit up there for 72 to 96 hours and never see the beach ever.
Listen, Miami Takeover is fun though. Like I said, I wish, I don't know. I gotta make a decision. Oh, anyway, um,
I
I'm
wouldn't be mad
gonna.
if we went to Jamaica though. Trust me, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Trust
I wouldn't be mad about it either. No,
me.
I think I have to go because I think there's plans. Like I think we're
Yeah, you got big plans, so yeah, definitely do that.
yeah, I think it's supposed to be some performances and stuff. So
Nice.
I don't know. I love it there. So all right, this is the my last question. But what is your dream gig? Like what have you always dreamed of like DJing at? What kind of event or for who or opening up for was celebrity or
Well, most of the ones I would love to do, of course, have quite naturally moved on. You know, your Michael Jacksons, your Prince, or something like that. DJing for Prince would be amazing, because Prince
yeah.
loved DJs, but you had to be good, and not only you had to be good, but you had to play that random song off of a random person's album. If you pull up Phyllis Hyman and you play you can't play a single. You gotta play an album cut. And that way Prince will look at you like, I see what you did there. There's so many stories about DJs that got discovered like that from Prince, because they would just go abstract for Prince, and he always would, bring them in and stuff like that, and, give them gigs and stuff. So I'd probably say it would have been Prince. God bless the dead.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and I want to give you an opportunity to tell everybody that's watching. And like I said, I don't know, there's people watching on this side, but you can't see the viewers from Instagram. So there's quite a few people watching on Instagram too. But
Yeah.
I wanted you to give you a chance to tell everybody where to find you on social media.
Everything is the same thing as you see the name displayed. DeeJayCasper. DJ Casper. Just spell out DJ. I try to keep my name the same thing across all boards. That way, I'm easy to find. No matter where I'm at. The main platform right now, of course, everybody knows is Instagram. Then you got your Facebooks. Facebook, I've been at 5,000 friends over since we jumped on Facebook. So who knows if I even got room to add anybody as a personal friend. But other than that, is Instagram is wide open. Twitch is the same name. I'm on there every day at 12 noon till 2. Well, not every day, but Monday through Friday. I call it the digging in the lunchbox mix. It's like digging in the crates, put it that way. But I'm digging in the lunch. We're all digging in the lunchbox at 12 o'clock. So I do that from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. I got people from all over the world that check in on that. Cali to some people from Norway, stuff like that. So people from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, they check in and stuff like that. People from Miami, people stuff like that. So it's not just just a local thing. That's what I love about the internet. Also, it brings a lot of people together I wouldn't normally know, and now all of a sudden, I got friends online, and I'm like, used to joke on my kids like, y'all talking to imaginary people, and now look at us, our best friends online. What's up, Trina? How you doing? And stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, social media's all the same thing. KC in the building. See y'all in Miami. Appreciate that. Ross Enterprises.
Ray
And then,
now, Ray, my air.
there you go.
So, all right. So, is there any social media platform that you're not on? Like they can't find you on? Maybe
Well,
maybe like TikTok.
I don't use TikTok. My daughter made me download it because she's a TikTokian or whatever they call it, the TikTok people from TikTok Onia or whatever they call it. And
TikTok only.
I think her mother is TikTok and her dad is TikTok or something. I don't know. These kids is like driving me nuts with this stuff, but that's where you can't find me because I don't post, but I do be on the low checking out stuff. So
Okay.
TikTok, I don't know. I might go ahead and just start um posting up there. I mean, I might as well catch on to it. It's the same name. Like I said, as soon as the social media comes out or a new app, a new platform, immediately what I do is I go grab my name real quick and just lock that name down, and then that way I don't use it. But I'm not on Twitter or anything no more. My page got hacked, so and
Okay.
Twitter was only good for porn anyway, so who cares?
He said for porn, and it's not even called Twitter anymore. It's
Yeah,
called
it's X
X.
now. Yeah, X. Yeah.
So I
I
actually
haven't
just
been back
got
on there
back into
since it
my
was
account.
X. When I got kicked off, it just turned into X, and I think X had hacked me to make me try to pay for it, and I was like, I don't care about this stuff anyway. So like I said, it won't number on there, but big boobs and politics. So
Okay.
who cares about X?
And I do want I'm gonna let him tell you, but I do want to tell everybody. I don't know. I am on Twitch. Lux Radio is actually live on Twitch right now. But
Nice.
I'm I'm on Twitch and I have my settings, my notifications or whatever set for when he goes live. So if you guys would like to see him DJ live during the week on Twitch, find him on Twitch and turn on. No, I don't know how I did it. I don't remember, but every time he goes live, I get a notification that he's live.
Yeah.
So
It'll ask you once you sign up, and once you follow me, it'll say, "Do you want to turn notifications on or off?" And I think the preset is on.
mhm.
Um, you can feel free to turn it off, but I mean, Oh, and I forgot. I do a Monday through Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night to about 12 midnight. And I do that live on Twitch also. The night shows, it's a time where I feel like I'm about to go away from that so much, but at the same time, I might just stick with it because, for one thing, Monday through Wednesday, I'm not really doing a lot anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and just get my shit off. Is the best way to put it.
Okay.
So that's where you get to see me play the records in 45s, especially at nighttime and stuff. But in the daytime, from 12 noon till 2 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday, is the lunchtime mix. Is safe for work, no cursing, nothing like that. So I try my best not to curse, but every once in a while a shit'll fly or something like that. What up, Gmo? And then
You
yeah,
know who that is, right, Gabby Mo?
yeah, Gabby Mo.
Yeah. All right. So I do want to shout out my sponsors. I have 3 sponsors now, guys. So my very first sponsor is Bellow Burn, whose thing is running across the bottom of the screen here, and I have to set up my other 2 sponsors because they're new. So as you see, RAS Enterprises in the comments is one of my sponsors. They are providing people with medicinal, very helpful herbs that are harvested in Jamaica.
Nice.
So you make teas, sour sap leaves and fever grass and bitterwood and all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in getting any of that stuff, let me know. I can point you in the right direction, or you can reach out to RAS Enterprises, or if you guys know Ray, go to Ray. A lot of you know Ray.
Big
So
up, big up.
and my third sponsor is my newest sponsor is Wing Heaven in Clinton. I just really like their wings. But but
Nothing wrong
they're
with that. Love wings. I just had wings today, so yeah.
yeah,
Nothing
so
wrong with that.
I actually asked them to be a sponsor and I would promote them. So um Wing Heaven in Clinton, if you guys are in the DMV, check them out. I promise you won't just be disappointed. The chicken is good. Very good.
There you
So
go.
bless up everybody that tuned into the show. Bless up all my sponsors. Thank you for tuning into Lux Radio and watching Kickback with Cookie. And I appreciate you, DJ Casper, for coming on my show, bro,
Thank you, thank you,
and
thank
blessing up my show. You guys can rewatch this if you want to on YouTube. I've shared the link with a lot of you, but copy or share, comment on this, and make sure you share it, and make sure you follow DJ Casper, because that's what we doing here. We have a follow train, okay? We follow my guests that come on this show so that we can, like Gabby Mo says, we help each other.
you. Yeah,
So
for sure.
so give them a
And,
follow.
and big up to Lit Man also. Big up Black Woods and the whole crew, man.
Absolutely. Big up to Lit Band and all of the artists in the DMV and my artists in Jamaica. I have a few artists in Jamaica now too. So bless up to everybody. And like I said, this community, this whole entertainment community can grow if we do it together. And it's a bridge thing. Like, I have some other people in other countries watching now. You know what I mean? And
Nice, nice,
and
nice. Love it.
I'm trying to mix things like, can Gabby Mo do a song with Bad Bobo in Jamaica, or can, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to mix some things up. So we gonna
Yeah,
see how it works.
absolutely.
So bless up everyone that tuned in today. I appreciate you all for the support. I definitely do, and we will see you back here next week. Thank you, bro. Love you always. All right. So we're going to shut down now, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm on Pornhub too.
He said Pornhub. What the hell?
All right, man. I had to get a joke out before I left. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Bless up yourselves and have a good night.